In this lecture, we are going to talk about how to download financial data from Yahoo Finance. So this is the platform we are going to use, Yahoo Finance. We can fetch financial data from this website with the help of the R programming language. So it is going to be extremely convenient. What's crucial that if you are looking for a given stock, commodity or currency, you just have to search for that given company. For example, if you search for Apple, then as you can see, there's going to be the stock prices of Apple, and this is the name of the ticker we are looking for. So if we want to download Apple related stocks, then we have to define AAPL, because this is how Apple as a company is identified on the stock market. Or for example, if you are looking for Tesla, then we have to use TSLA, because this is the name of the ticker that's going to identify Tesla as a company. And of course, you can check the data, for example, 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, or maximum. So this is the data we are going to handle. So first of all, we have to install packages, and here you have to define quant mode. By the way, if you have already installed this library, then of course you don't have to do so. Then command enter on a Mac in order to install the package. And as you can see, R as a programming language is quite convenient because we can install any packages we want. Okay, after we have installed quant mode, this is the library we are going to use in order to fetch financial data from Yahoo Finance. We can require that given package. So because we have installed quant mode, we can use the require function and it is going to work just fine. So as you can see, we have managed to use quant mode as a library, and after that we can download whatever we want. For example, we want to fetch Apple related stock prices. So what do we have to do? We have to use the get symbols. This is the function we are going to use. It is present in quant mode. So if you do not find this method, it means that you haven't installed quant mode as a library. So first of all, we have to define the ticker name AAPL. Then we have to define that the source is equals to Yahoo Finance. And we can define a time range, a start date and an end date. So we would like to start with 2010, for example, January the 5th. And of course, the 2 is equals to 2015, January the 5th. So we would like to fetch Apple stocks related data from Yahoo Finance within the range 2010 up to 2015. Okay, and if we run this command, then as you can see, it is working fine. And we have a variable here in the top right corner with name Apple. So because we have downloaded Apple stocks, this is why the name of the variable is Apple. So what does it mean? If we print out Apple, then you can check the data set. We have several columns. We have the Apple open prices, high prices, low prices, closing prices, and the volume. And of course, we have the trading days as the rows. We have the January the 3rd, January the 4th, January the 5th, and so on. Of course, we are going to deal with adjusted closing prices. So we can use the so-called dollar sign, and this is how we can get the given columns. So for example, we have the Apple open. So if we run the application, then we get the open prices exclusively. Of course, we can deal with the closing prices, and it is going to work just fine. We can call adjusted, and this is how we can get the adjusted closing prices. And by the way, we can use functions again. So we can use the closing prices with CL. We can use the adjusted closing prices with AD function. So if we use the AD as far as Apple is concerned, then we will get the adjusted closing prices. Okay, and by the way, we are going to deal with adjusted closing prices because it takes into consideration factors such as stock splits and dividends. So this is why using adjusted closing prices instead of closing prices is a bit better solution usually. So this is how we can get the data, and after that we can use the plot. So if we plot the adjusted closing prices of Apple and we run the application, then as you can see on the right, we can get the Apple related plot within the range 2007 up to 2014. Sometimes this get symbols function is not reliable because as you can see, we have the start date as 2010 and the end date as 2015, and it's not working that fine. But for example, if we are using with Tesla, so TSLA from Yahoo Finance, starting date is 2010 and the end date is 2020, for example, just for demonstration purposes. If we run the algorithm like this, then we have the TSLA, so the Tesla. So if we plot the adjusted closing prices, then it is going to work fine. So starting with 2010 up to the end of 2019. So this is the plot of the adjusted closing prices when dealing with Tesla stock prices. So this is how we can fetch data quite conveniently with the help of the QuantMod library. We can use the get symbols method, and here we just have to define the name of the ticker. We have to define the source, and we are going to use Yahoo Finance in order to fetch the data. And we can define a start and an end date. By the way, we are going to use CSV files during the training strategy. So you just have to download the zip file at the last chapter of this course, and you can get the data set without any problem. Anyways, this is how we can fetch the data from Yahoo Finance. Thanks for watching.